Do you know what beetles are? Beetles are these red colored insects which are normally found in green bushes. Their population just keeps expanding by sexual reproduction. This population is kept under control by birds such as crows which feed on them. So now, imagine there are few red colored beetles on a green bush. There are different ways in which these population of beetles may evolve from one generation to another generation. Let us now look at 3 such different ways. Suppose among these red beetles there is one green beetle. This color variation may happen due to sexual reproduction. Now, because this green beetle is camouflaged by the green bush, the crows can't see it and thus they feed only on the red beetles. Over time, because of this, the population of the green beetles keeps increasing as it passes on this color to its offspring. Thus, all its progeny are green in color, and it leads to a situation that after a few generations, green becomes the dominant color. This green color gave a survival advantage to the beetles because they weren't visible to the crows. Thus, it was naturally selected, which helped the beetle population to adapt and fit in the environment better. So, in this situation, it was natural selection which was externally forced by the crows, which directed the evolution of the beetles. Now, let's take a look at another situation. Suppose, because of sexual reproduction, a blue-colored beetle appears among the red ones. Now, does this blue color have any advantage? Well, no. The poor thing also gets eaten by the crows. So, in this case, there won't be any natural selection due to which the beetle population will evolve to become blue in color. But now, imagine an elephant stabs at the population and majority of the red beetles are killed. Thus, the blue beetles that survive will lead to more number of blue beetles in the future generations. In this case, it was nothing but an accident which directed the way the beetle population evolved. Thus, accidents may also determine characteristics of a population. We also know that characteristics are governed by genes. Here, we can clearly see that there was a change in frequency of genes from a majority of red beetles to a majority of blue beetles, and we thus refer to this as a genetic drift. Okay, now imagine in this environment, the beetles were suddenly infected by a plant disease. This means there was less food for these red beetles, and just like us humans, even they start losing weight. Suppose this disease continues for a few generations. Therefore, all the beetles of the successive generations will also have low weight. But once the disease disappears, the beetles regain their weight and everything becomes normal. So, why was this change not permanent and why did it not get inherited over generations? See, here their weight reduced because of starvation and there was no change in their internal DNA. Change in weight means a change in the non-reproductive tissues and thus these can't be passed on to the DNA of germ cells, which means low weight is not a trait that can be inherited by its offsprings. Thus, as soon as the food becomes normal, the beetles become normal. So friends, in this video we learned about a few ways of evolution, how traits get inherited and passed on to generations. We understood the process of natural selection as well as genetic drift. Finally, we saw that evolution happens only if the DNA of the germ cells gets affected. So, till next time, happy learning!